Welcome time travelers, and welcome new time travelers. As always, if you're new to this channel and enjoy learning about history one event at a time, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today we're going to start out in 1588 when English philosopher and political theorist Thomas Hobbes, best known for his publication on individual security, theorized on individual security and the social contract, was born. Powhatan Indian Pocahontas married Virginia planter and colonial official John Wolfe in 1614, this one actually makes me think of like the classic movie Pocahontas. On this day in 1621, the Mayflower departed for England after having deposited 102 pilgrims on what became the American colony of Plymouth, Massachusetts, later named Massachusetts. Chile independent movement led by Jose de San Martin and Bernardo O'Higgins won a distinctive victory over Spain in the Battle of Maipú, which left 2,000 Spaniards and 1,000 Chilean patriots dead on this day in 1818. In 1856 brought us American educator and reformer Booker T. Washington, who notably was first president and principal developer of the Tuskegee National and Industrial Institute, now Tuskegee University, was born in Virginia. In 1876, going back to the Booker T. Washington. When I hear Booker T. Washington, I think of the one who was born, I forget when, but like, I want to say in the 1950s, 1960s. I'm not thinking of the one that was the president of the Tuskegee University. Anyway, in 1879, Chile declared war on Peru and Bolivia, beginning the War of the Pacific, the dispute which was about control of the mineral-laden area of the Atacama Desert was won by Chile. In 1908, American actress Betty Davis, whose raw, unbridled intensity kept her at the top of her profession for 50 years, was born. Moving on to the next event, in 1951, when Julius Rosenberg and Ethel Rosenberg were sentenced to death for espionage. 2 years later, they became the first American civilians executed for that crime. In 1963, the House Subcommittee investigated radio and TV rating services warned that broadcasting industry must establish more dependable rating standards or face government action. On this day in 1972, the Harrisburg 7 jury failed to reach a verdict on charges that defendants conspired to kidnap presidential advisor Henry Kissinger and blow up heating ducts of federal buildings. 2 defendants were convicted on minor charges. For the sports fans out there, the next event is for you. In 1984, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar surpassed Wilt Chamberlain as the all-time leading scorer in the National Basketball Association. In 1994, American grunge rocker Kurt Cobain, leader of the band Nirvana, passed away due to a suicide at the age of 27. In the year 2000, Maury Yoshiro of the Liberal Democratic Party became Prime Minister of Japan, replacing Ichibe Oboshi Kazuro, who had suffered a stroke earlier in the month and subsequently passed away. 2002 brought us representatives of the country of the European Union and 10 Asian countries to meet in the Canary Islands to make a plan to try to stem the flow of illegal immigrants to Europe. The Canary Island is frequent intermediate stop for such migrants en route to mainland Europe. The following year, in 2003, is when the fist fight between rival gang members in a prison in Honduras soon escalates to riots that leave 86 inmates dead. In 2008, American actor Charlton Heston, who possessed a comedian screen presence and was best known for such films as Ben-Hur, that was released in 1959, The Ten Commandments, released in 1956, and The Planet of the Apes, that was released in 1968, passed away at the age of 84. And with that, we return to 2024 and our current history. Let's see what this year has in store for us.